Hello, Gemini! Today's reading is going to be a general reading about you. I don't have any kind of specific subjects. I'm just going to pick some cards and see what's coming through for you. And yeah, we're going to roll with that and see what you have to know for the next few weeks. Remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And yeah, let's jump right into it. Gemini with the Claw card deck. Don't worry, your cards have been pre-shuffled. Well, the decks have been pre-shuffled. And I'm going to shuffle again on camera. So I hope you're doing well. And let's see, spirits, what do you have for Gemini? Gemini, spirits, please. Gemini. What do we have for Gemini? We've got some energy coming on here. Tension, maybe? Illusion. What do you have for Gemini? I'm getting a strange feeling. I don't know what it is yet. We're going to see, but I heard infatuation. Let's see. Okay, this is, and I have a little story at the end. Oh gosh, okay. So, first card that came out was the Thunder, which can talk about frustration, physical tension, if you understand what I mean. Yeah, but it's a really tense energy. Usually there's a lot of energy, and it has to be conveyed in some safe way. Then the second card that came out is the Illusion. So having like kind of a veil between, a filter between what you perceive and the reality. That's why I heard, well, that would explain why I heard infatuation, especially with the Thunder here, that has kind of a 18 plus meaning of sensual connection or feelings towards someone. But then you have the Shield, which is being closed off to something, having your walls up and trying to protect yourself and your emotions. And finally, you have the Luck that came out, which is talking about obstacles. And the Luck is kind of an absolute obstacle in the sense that you can't go through it. You can't you can't avoid it. The obstacle is there until you have the key to solve the obstacle. So yeah. And oh yeah, at the bottom of the deck you had as your overall energy a pretty positive card, actually, the Light. So yeah, the Light and the Illusion. Illusion being at the, I think there's something about the connection here. Even though we don't have a lot of emotional thing, we do have, well, I mean, what I said when I what I meant when I said I had a little story were about the 5 cards that were at the bottom of the deck that I usually don't take, but I felt like I should take them or at least look at them. And I saw the Big, which talks about self growth, success being nature. The Glow, which talks about feelings of warmth. It's kind of a little bit like the Star, so there's a healing gist to it. Then we have the Loop, which talks about cycles, emotional cycles too, but it can be in any kind of cycles. And then we have the Wave, which talks about going with the flow, sometimes being nonchalant, but try like you can't resist the change that you're facing right now. And then the wood that can talk about connections, friendships, and kind of like how your sphere and people are connected, like your rezo, if you need what I if you know what I mean. But out of kind of the 5 cards at the bottom of the deck that you had, 4 of them were about the heart chakra, or at least that's how I see them because of the green that relate them to this chakra. So we have green here, yellow green here. This is hard, but this is kind of a green aura. It appears yellow, but it's kind of green. Then not on the wave card, and green on the forehead of the wood. So that's why I'm telling you it may be about a connection, especially with infatuation, like, and maybe you're closed off to protect your emotions, to protect yourself, or maybe someone is protecting themselves from you. With the light, it talks about, of course, it's kind of like the sun, you know, so it's really positive energy, taking action, being confident. It talks about things being revealed and clarified, and it's your overall energy. And at the center of your reading, you have the illusion. So maybe, and the illusion is kind of optical illusion sometimes. So it makes me think of like, there's a link between light and illusion, where I think yeah, like I said, there may be a veil of some sort, or a filter between what you perceive and the reality that you may not be aware of, and that you will soon be aware of. Like, you will identify this veil. Maybe you think, or maybe a person thinks that their connection to you is just like really physical. Maybe you're already involved with someone in a physical way. Not, it doesn't have to be, but yeah, it's kind of the general thing. There's a connection between 2 or more people. I think there are some kind of tension in this connection, and there is one or both of the parties that are kind of closed off to the other party. Maybe some of you blocked someone even, or have been blocked by someone. But there is some clarity that needs to happen here. It doesn't have to be a physical thing. It could also just be tension, like an argument or anger. But yeah, there's something happening in a connection, and I think we should go right into clarifying with the Final Fantasy VII tarot card collection from Crimson Sun, because I don't want to say too much without having clarification. This energy is kind of actually closed off. So no, okay, it was an accident. They didn't want me to take that card. So Spirit, what about the light? What about the light? What about the general energy of Gemini? The light for Gemini. What can you tell me, spirits? The light and Gemini. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. So this is the 1 card. And this is for me. Yeah, okay. So they want it like this. So I'm going to... Sorry. I'm just placing the cards how I'm being told to place them. So yeah. Oh, I need to show you those cards though. I need to show you those cards. The first card And the prominent one that spirits tells me is this deer myth. So the knowledge and the light is going to come from within, actually. So the answers you seek, Gemini, if you're seeing answers, are going to come from within. And I think you've been thinking about something a lot. Um, a lot. Then we have the Knight of Wands, which talks about like the shield, about being closed off or perseverance, but also about being like having your walls up, being closed to some people or some opportunity. And I think the reason why you're being closed off to something or somebody is because there was a like, I just have the word breakup, but earthache. There is a heartache actually taking place here. There's something that was really hurtful in the past, or recent past, I would say, even because it's upright. So you didn't have the time to start your healing process, or you've just started your healing process, and maybe that's why you're closed off, because it was really hurtful, and now you're trying to end the cycle to start another one. You're trying to end that cycle of hurt, and you're trying to do that while being really compassionate, and you're trying to do that while focusing more on your finances and your physical realm, your physical wealth. And health. I also heard health too, so maybe pay attention to your health, Gemini. But yeah, you're trying to be more independent and having your own status, and you're closed off to commitment because something was supposed to be committed, something was supposed to be truthful, something was supposed to be honest, and it didn't last, and it ended up in a heartbreak, something really that hurt you really deeply, Gemini, and I'm so sorry for that. And it left you thinking. It left you thinking. You see how the hands here are pushing the head of the hermit on this card, like, think about what you've done, think about what happened, and I think you're seeking the light, um you're seeking, I heard confirmation, you're seeking clarification, you would like to have more clarity about the situation, about what happened and why it happened this way. We also had the tower, but it didn't came out, but it was at the bottom of the deck. So definitely something really uncomfortable that created a lot of pain, and yeah, it resulted in you being more isolated, more keeping more to yourself. So I think we're going to go on here, Gemini. What was exactly the cause of the frustration? What about, yeah. So a lack of communication here. There's the King of Swords approaching. So there's one of you that approached the situation with logic, honesty, and communication, but the other, when it was time and they had the opportunity to communicate, or maybe it was even you, that you knew what you wanted to say, you wanted to be upfront, you wanted to communicate, but when the time came, you didn't speak. When the opportunity came, you didn't speak, or you felt like there haven't been any opportunities to talk it out. It could be the other way around. So it could be that there's someone that knew what they needed to say and what they wanted to say, but when the time came, they didn't communicate with the eight of wands in reverse. Um, or maybe it's just someone has always been honest and direct with their communication, and the other one wasn't. And what happened is that, well, there was a separation, you know. Joy stopped being there, and it was the reverse of a celebration, you know. There was nothing joyful about the connection anymore because there was a lack of um, communication or miscommunication too. Even though there's definitely a part in this connection, like either it's someone that knew what they wanted to say and they didn't because the opportunity didn't come, or they felt like the opportunity didn't come, or they feared doing it when the opportunity came, um, or uh, I lost my train of thoughts. But I think you see the idea here, like miscommunication, and that's why it's really like frustrating for you, Gemini, because you feel like there could have been commitment, it could have been nice, it could have been everything with the light here, but the communication was so bad that it ended up in a breakup and a separation. So what about the illusion here? Like the illusion could talk about someone not being truthful, but usually it's a veil of perception, like a perception not being the right one. So it could be rose tinted glasses, or you could see things worse that they actually are. So let's see, what about the illusion for Gemini? Please, Spirit, Gemini, what about the illusion? Ugh, ugh, ugh. Yeah, okay. So just, yeah, I see it. So you've got the Five of Cups upright and the Six of Wands in the reverse. I think the heartbreak happened really recently. I think, like, or if not recently, you're really, you still feel things about that. Like you still hurt of this separation, Gemini. Um, and the illusion here is like I think you're still in the grief process of things, and I think you've got a maybe, and don't shoot the messenger, but maybe with the Six of Wands in the reverse, maybe you've got a pessimistic approach to this situation. Like you see it as a failure actually, and you see it, you just see how the pain, you see what it could have been, and you just see what you lack right now, and you don't see really the positive side of things. And I'm not saying like, oh, there's always a positive side to things. You should, well, I mean, there is always, but you should smile and all. No, you need to feel your feelings, Gemini. But it's just a heads up from spirits with the illusion being here. It's that your situation may not be as bad as you think. I would even want to say that from for few of you, there is still a chance to heal that, because the illusion is something that we think is true that isn't quite the truth. So it could be as simple as saying your situation isn't as bad as you may think. Maybe you dodge a bullet. That's why it's better than what it think. Maybe you think it could have been so good, but actually actually with time you'll realize that it wouldn't have been that good of a relationship for different reasons. Um, but it could also be that you feel like it's a failure and everything is lost, but not everything is lost, and there is still a possibility to heal this. But I think the healing part is for only a few of you. I think most of you it's just that you're still in the grieving process of the connection, and spirits just want you to realize that things aren't as bad as they seem, and that things are going to get better, and it's not actually a failure. You didn't fail anybody, you didn't fail at life, you didn't fail the relationship, Gemini. You just like, it just needed to happen this way, and it's for the better. You know, it will help you heal and gain some type of maturity. But I think that because you feel so hurt, you're really, really closed off to some kind of idea or possibility here, with the shield being here and the Nine of Wands that came out too. So what about the shield? What about the shield? What about the shield for Gemini? Okay, they're telling me that it's only the Queen of Cups. So yeah, we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. So what I think is happening right now with the shield and the Queen of Cups in the reverse is that there is a lack of compassion, maybe towards yourself and towards the other member, other people that were involved in the situation. Here, Gemini, I'm not telling you to be best friends with those people that hurt you or this person that hurt you. I'm just saying that you should focus on, or maybe you're trying to focus on your forgiveness. You need to forgive yourself. You need to be more compassionate about yourself, because the the Queen of Cups in the reverse tells me that you may be quite like you may feel like hopeless in some kind of way. You may feel like really disturbed in some way, in your emotional body. You don't have a lot of compassion to give. You don't have a lot of kindness to give right now because you've been so much hurt. And spirits, like, this kind of puts a shield, like you're trying to put a shield around you and protect yourself, protect your emotional body, because you're so hurt. And that's probably what's creating that blockage. Because, I mean, if you lock your heart away and throw the key in the sea, well, you won't be able to unlock your heart. You won't be able to unlock your heart anymore, but you won't be able to unlock your heart to anybody, you know, not even your friends or your family. You will always be distant in some kind of way. So what about the luck for Gemini spirit? What about the luck for Gemini? The luck. Thank you. So we've got, again, the Four of Cups. Sorry, again, the Four of Cups have been coming out a lot in the reverse for many signs. So yeah, you may be missing out on opportunities because of it. You've got the Four of Swords coming out upright, and the King of Wands coming out reverse. So yeah, you don't see any, like, you're maybe feeling stuck, Gemini, but what Spirit is saying right now is that it's a time for healing. You really need to invest, like, you really need to turn upright this Queen of Cups. You really need to be able to be more compassionate towards yourself and others. You really need to tap into your intuition, your emotional body, and be able to feel that kindness again and that love again for life, for people in general. It could, like, when I say people in general, I really mean people in general, like not especially a lover, because right now you may feel like things are really boring and that you're missing out on opportunities, or that there are no opportunities for you, that you're blocked in some kind of way, and that you won't want to invest in projects, but there are no projects, and you don't have a plan, you know. But spirits are telling you that what you need to do before overcoming this luck, this thing that is keeping you stuck in a rut, is to heal yourself, Gemini. It's as simple as that. You really need to take a rest, maybe even take a break from people, but just a short one. You'll need to open yourself to people again someday. But at least, like, if you need time alone, take that time alone to reflect, with the Hermit being upright. Take that time alone to reflect. Remember that the answers you seek are going to come from within yourself, especially since those answers are going to come from your heart. But don't forget to, you know, to open yourself back up to people sometime in the future, because I think it's all about your growth here, your emotional growth, Gemini. It will be a challenging time, a challenging few weeks for you, but you're going to grow so much. You're going to grow so much and become this successful person, and like you'll become hopeful again, and you'll be able to open yourself up to love again one day. Maybe not now, and it's okay if it's not now, but one day you'll be able to heal yourself and be able to invest in a connection and receiving what you really truly deserve, Gemini, and not being hurt by a toxic relationship. Yeah, I think I'm going to go towards the advice right now. Um, this reading may be a little bit shorter than the others, but it's really straightforward, like messages, Gemini, right now. So I'm going to use the Alchemy Flower Oracle to give you some advice. But yeah, so it's normal that you feel stuck. I think it's spirit saying, telling you to stop and heal before you do anything. Stop and heal, plan about how you're going to heal and when you're going to open yourself back up, and then the opportunities are going to come towards you. But let's see what advice we can have for you. So Gemini spirits, what advice do you have for Gemini for the next few weeks? Okay, that's okay. So this one, yeah. Do you have any other cards, Spirit? They're telling me no. Okay. So we've got Rose with balance. So yeah, I think you're really out of balance with your emotional body right now, Gemini. I think you really need to be able to find that, like, to find the right amount of time for yourself and healing, but also allowing yourself to have some meaningful connections with people again. You know, kind of step by step. And because if you isolate yourself too much, you're like, things are going to get harder at the emotional level, you know. You're going to completely block yourself um into that into that feeling of um into that zone, that place where love cannot attain you, so that love cannot reach you. um so you really need to kind of have a balance between being like vulnerable and feeling like attaching yourself and feeling bound to people, like everybody, and like too quickly, and maybe getting bound with people that aren't the best people for you, and being so defensive that you cannot even have friends because like you're not able to open your heart, not even a little. You know what I mean? Like having that balance of having healthy boundaries. That's what it means. Like you need to have healthy boundaries with people around you so that you can be emotionally vulnerable with people without being stepped on, without your heart being stepped on. So then you have concealment. So yeah, I think I need to like, we have a lot of pink coming out. Like we have concealment, rose, and radiant charm at the bottom of the deck. So of rose. Did I say rose? No, I said pink. I said pink. We have a lot of pink coming out with the rose, I think. Anyways, a lot of pink coming out. Um, so it makes me think about kind of course, it can talk about love, but it makes me think of the crown chakra kind of. Um, and say telling me that you're being guided and that you like to pay attention to the signs. And I mean, concealment is what I was talking about. I mean, with the shield and the lock, it's kind of, if you conceal yourself too much, you're going to stay stuck. But you need to be able to like be balanced in the way you protect yourself and conceal information about yourself and conceal your emotions. You know what I mean? And then we have devotion. I mean, it's pretty straightforward with the lavender here. Um, I think you're like, I think they're telling you that devotion isn't a bad thing. Maybe in the past, what broke you is actually because you were devoted to the person you loved or the person you were in a connection with, and they backstabbed you, and that's why you're kind of feeling really hurt right now, and you're like, I won't devote myself to anybody anymore. But yet again, with the balance, well, rose that is associated with balance in this deck, and lavender then with devotion, I think it would be good for you to understand that it's not your devotion that was bad. It was actually a really, really nice love, maybe a little bit codependent. Codependent. Maybe there was a lack of balance in the way you devoted yourself to somebody else. Um, but that you can devote yourself, because love is unconditional. Love is kind of, it wants it makes us do many things for the person we love, right? And it's a form of devotion, but you need to have your boundaries. It's kind of, those three cards kind of go together to say, be balanced in the way that you're interacting with other people. Share your emotions, share your emotional body, but at the same time protect yourself. And when you're going to fall in love, someday again, Gemini, even if it doesn't feel like this right now, um, when you're going to do, it will be okay to devote yourself, but devoting yourself in a healthy kind of way, not in a codependent kind of way. You know what I mean? And with Radiant Charm, it I think spirits are just trying to tell you like, chin up. It wasn't your fault. You're just so charming, and you have this beautiful energy, Gemini. I feel it, and like it's okay. It's okay. There are things like this that happen sometimes, but it doesn't make you less valuable. You've got this charm about you. You've got this energy. You've got this beautiful heart. You've got this beautiful being. You're this beautiful being that deserves love, true love, and honest love, clear communication, and healthy boundaries too. So it's just that you're needing right now to step back a little, heal yourself, and love yourself, and um, understand how you should, you know, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at you. It's just I'm just I don't have the words to like to tell you or to show you what I feel energetically. I feel like I feel so much, and I'm sending you a hug, Gemini. It will be okay. It will all end up well. Just let the time heal. Just let the time heal you. So, yeah, I think I'm going to leave your reading here, Gemini. I hope something resonated. Thank you for watching. Like, thank you a lot for watching. And I wish you a very good day or night whenever you're watching. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.